My name is Lis Nelis. I'm an ecologist. I have a PhD, and my background is in studying invasive species, and I did a lot of my research in Chile. So I have a family. I have two boys who are 8 and 4, and I'm married, and I grew up in Chicago in a working class family, and I got into science because my mother was really interested in science. And when she was a little girl, she was told that girls couldn't go into science because they wouldn't be able to get a job. And so she really loved it anyway, and so it was always around us. And she took us to museums, and my parents took us camping. And so I've always known that I wanted to do science. And at the University at Michigan State, I got to do an opportunity to go to Colorado and spend the summer there doing a research experience for undergraduates. And during that program, I decided that I wanted to do ecology, and I've been doing it ever since. And I've also liked to do a lot of environmental outreach to children if possible. I think I always knew that science was for me because I always really liked problem solving. I decided that I wanted to do ecology after spending the summer in Colorado doing research at the Rocky Mountain Biological Laboratory, where I discovered that somebody would pay me to sit in this beautiful field and study birds. And that was eye-opening, and also just being in that community with all of these other people that were just really interested in different aspects of the environment and of ecology and of behavior, and having the opportunity to talk with them and to learn all the time was what really got me interested in science, and what really decided for me that I wanted to make that my career. On a sunny Seattle day, I really like to take my family and go out and go hiking or go play in a park or just get outside. I'm marching because I think science is extremely important for the world, for the United States, and for children. Science helps people learn how to solve problems, and even if you don't apply that to science when you grow up as a career, understanding that science is there and how it works really helps you understand how our technology keeps advancing, helps you understand how the environment, how we know how to fix problems that we have with the environment, how to fix the problems that we've created. It really helps everybody understand how we got to where we are in the world. And hopefully it can help us figure out how to go into the future and make this world a better place for future generations. What I want people to know is that science is everywhere around them. One of the things that we do is we help to make sure that the place that your building is built, or that your school is, or the park you play in is safe for you to be there, by working collaboratively with companies and with the government to make sure that areas are tested and are safe, and that when products are produced, they're produced in a safe manner that doesn't pollute, or if in the past there was a pollution event, that those areas have been cleaned up correctly and are safe for the future. We also help do restoration projects so that the parks and the areas that you use are beautiful and are appropriate to the environment they're in. And the science goes on all the time, and most people don't even know about it. Getting into science is very difficult because it takes a lot of work and a lot of persistence. There are a lot of failures that are going to happen to you along the way, and you have to just get back up and keep going. It took me personally, I applied to graduate school to get a PhD twice because the first time I wasn't accepted at any of the universities that I wanted to go to. And the second time I was accepted at the University of Chicago and got my PhD there. Another challenge was one of the first papers that I ever tried to publish. It was sent back to me because one of the reviewers felt that I had not done the work myself. They thought the project was too big for one person to have done, and thought that I was part of some larger team I was not talking about. And I don't know if that was because I was a woman or because I'm a Latina, but it was not true. We rebutted it, and the paper was accepted. Tomorrow we could uncover a really fast and perfect way to get rid of global climate change. I would absolutely want to do that because I want my children to be able to see these beautiful coastal areas that I like to take them to now when I hike, and I'd like them to be able to do that with their children. And with global climate change, the oceans are going to rise and those areas are going to disappear.